So it's the next morning. Like I said, we didn't manage to get the fish last night, so we're going to go this morning. And this was the 4th hotel we tried, because everyone was full. And then we went to a restaurant and there's only food for 2 of us, so it was a bit of a day. And now we're blocked out, so we're just trying to leave. So yeah, there we go. Armed escort. I hope it's nothing to do with us. See all that ice? That's good. So this is the big lorry that you can see, but basically you saw, I think it was full of ice, and that's where they'll collect the fish from here, and then it goes off to Kampala, which is 2-3 hours away. So yeah, so this is sort of the economy of the region. You can see everyone waiting around. Thankfully, they gave us a little bit of ice so we could put it in my personal cool box. Like I say, you've got to try and bring the essentials because there's a lot of stuff we can't get where we are. But you know, cheese is the main thing you can get in Kampala, and big fan of that. So yeah, here we go. So I think the men for our fish are down there sorting some of the fish. They got up early this morning to do it. But you can see that this area here has just been swamped by the rising level of water, and they're not sure exactly why the water level rose so much. These buildings here are all waterlogged. One of them was a cold room. That building's waterlogged, and in fact actually the water went all the way up, even past where right at the top there, where some of the houses right at the beginning are. It was pretty high, and it's slowly been receding over time. But they're not sure exactly why. There is a dam that controls some the water flow along the river, which is a hydroelectric dam. Some people suspect it's that. Some people think it's climate change, increased rainfall in some areas, intensity of rainfall. You know, it's not 100% sure exactly why it's happened, but it has a huge impact on these communities. I mean, these are the, you know, fishers traditionally are quite poor, and they are the poorest of the poor, and a lot of problems here. And so when a lot of houses, I'm sure, you know, along here, even further along, just got absolutely destroyed, and all along this lake, you know, people who are incredibly poor have suddenly nowhere to go. So it's even worse for them. So yeah, real pain. You can see here as well, just show you quickly, see the traditional mud huts. So this one here is very traditional, and I never see those, and so it just goes to show how poor people are here. So that's made of straw on the top, or reeds on the top, and then underneath it's mud and sort of sticks to line it. That one's a bit more sophisticated. It's actually got bricks, and then of course the one there has got the roof tile, so you can see quite nicely the progression of houses. These are the fish, 10 of them. Sorry, just having breakfast on the go. But we need some more, so we'll get them from the other side in a second. So that is the Nile perch. And it's a bit of a scourge here, because basically they were introduced by Europeans into Lake Victoria, and they're voracious predators, and basically they've decimated Lake Choga, Lake Victoria. They've eaten all these endemic, which is, you know, unique to these lakes. These Tilapia cichlid species, little fish like that, really beautiful. Lots of aquarium fish, and lots of them have become extinct because that fish, the Nile perch, has eaten them all effectively. But plus side, Nile perch makes a lot of money for Uganda, a lot of money. Because it's all flown overseas, literally flown overseas, and it's a very valuable fish. So this is our second bucket of fish. They've just come up to gasp. We'll see them in a second. There you go. It's not a great sign. So we need to sort them into males and females. They've been speciated. So tilapia come in hundreds of different species of tilapia. We want Niloticus, Aureochromis melodicus, for its Latin. But there's another one which is quite common here, Zilli. We've removed those. So yeah, here we go. So we're just slowly adding them in here. Another tank. Some of these aren't, see this on their side? Yeah, those aren't doing too well, bless them. So we're just trying to sex them, but we're finding it quite a challenge because they're quite small, so it's quite hard to do without, when they're small basically, much harder to do. So, wading through this, it's not very nice. But I think basically we're trying to go and get some more fish because the ones we've got are quite tiny, which is fine, but then we have to wait for them to grow. So yeah, see them beating the nets. Alright, so we're getting out of here. There we go. The other thing you'll see is this water hyacinth here. It's big. It's like a species that's invaded the lake, and it's awful. It just coats everything. You get these mats everywhere. It's a real scourge on this lake, in particular because it's quite a shallow lake. Lake Choga, Cyoga, is only 4 to 5 meters deep. 4 or 5 meters deep around that, so it's quite a shallow lake, and so you get this matting, and it just clogs everything, and it's just an invasive species. I think it's where's it from? Is it Southeast Asia potentially? Yeah. Anyway, you can also notice down here there's some fish in the boat. These are what species we don't want. So we're just exiting the channel to see all the boats that are just coming back in. And we're headed this way. So we're just about to head out onto the lake, which is pretty cool. This is a gill net because it gets caught in the fish's gills. But actually, they're actually illegal. You're not actually allowed to use them because they catch very small fish. So yeah, there's quite a few things you're not supposed to do. But yeah, but we're allowed to use it, I think, because we're doing it for research purposes. We've got all the paperwork in order and all that type of thing. Yeah. Trying to catch our fish. Yeah, I've got a couple. There goes one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the size, huh?
Yeah, that's a good size. So, about to head back. Got some good ones in here. These are much bigger, which is what we're after. So you can't see them because of the reflection. But they're there. See? So we've stopped That shouldn't be bubbling, should it? Poor fish. Check what they're doing. You can see the oxygen's bubbling in. Can't see any fish, which is a good sign. Oh, we've only just an hour into the journey. Just got off the Marham Road, which is the landing site, is that way. And then we're now about to join the main road. So, just lifted the lid up and loads dripped out. It's super hot. Just stopped at a rest stop for now, just to grab some food. It is 6 o'clock PM. So we've been up. We were left at 7 this morning, and we're about 4 hours away. I think 4 hours away from Rukungiri, where the fish need to be. So we'll get there at 10. And then at least, if not later, and then we've got to unload the fish, and then I've got to drive another hour to my place. So I'm not going to get in until like super late. So, but the good thing is the fish are still alive, which is really good. So yeah, happy with that. So we're at a service station, getting diesel. We've increased the oxygen a bit because we were worried that they might be a bit tired. But we're it's 10 o'clock at night, about an hour away from where we need to be. Back on the road. So we've just arrived at the fish farm. What's the time? It's about 11:30, I think. It's actually not that dark. Got a very bright moon. Bright that is. You can hear the water sloshing around. So yeah, moment of truth. I don't think the fish have any died yet, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, there's Ronald coming up. So pretty pleased, really. Just need to work out how to get the fish out. The top's quite narrow, so what we're going to have to do, I think, is empty the water out as much as we can, and then cut the top up, cut the top out until I'm tired, and then scoop them out and put them in their pond. They'll be for a while. I know you can't see anything, but we've brought the fish down into a basin. There we go, there you go, thank you. We're just basically putting the fish, they're in that bucket, and then we're putting some pond water in to acclimatise them, and then we'll release them into the pond. So we've only had one die so far, which is pretty amazing, to be honest. That's one of the bigger ones. So, you're really putting them, releasing them, so they go. They'll be in their new homes, hopefully. And I've just discovered that I can turn the flash on when I'm doing videos. That would have been useful. Yeah, but look, we're about to leave. Got loads of mud on my feet, can't go. But successful trip. Feeling pretty chirpy now. Okay, Gary.